Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. It's Wednesday night, which means we're going stateside again. And actually, I've got some good news. Even though we are going to talk a little bit about Mamouche, I have had a little update on injuries. Might calm everyone down a little bit. We are not sending out the EDS on Sunday afternoon, everyone. But yeah, Danny, Rajat, Beta, Tariq, how the devil are you lot? How are you all? Hope you've had a lovely week.
Good. I'm not complaining. Hope you guys are well.
Yeah, glad to be back. Always a good time.
Yeah, no, been a long week at university, but good to be on with you guys. Good to sort of break that up a bit. So yeah, gonna be a nice hour and a half or so. Excited to chat about stuff.
Good. And as you know, if you watch this is not the meltdown streams. We don't have rants here. That was last night. I had my rant. I had my nice rant last week. We can talk APT. I don't know if Rajat wants to talk about that because he just wants to talk about football now. I did see his comment yesterday. Was it this morning? But hope we're all well. You're on silent there, Rajat.
You're still on silent, mate.
Just while Rajak's sorting that, a fellow YouTuber has hit a very important milestone today. Big up to my guy Veta down there, hitting the 1K subscribers.
Thank you.
Oh, big up,
Thank
man.
you.
Congratulations.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And again, to be able to be featured on channels like yours, it's always a pleasure. But the love over the channel has been nice. So thank you, everyone.
Always here. Late as normal. You ever here on time, you?
I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Big up the panel.
He was gonna
Good
say
to see everybody again. I know Jack is the only panel member up here that didn't get a dub last week. That's all I know.
This is correct. Bad weekend for the Florida Gators.
Yeah, by the way, big up to everyone who's come over from the South Stand earlier on. If you have been patient for them 15 minutes, big up to you all. Hello to Josie, Harriet, Governor, FIFA. I will read out your super chat, mate. I know you've gone. Miami Snoopy, how the devil are you? Sam, hello. Like I said, big up all. Great show. Smash them likes nice and early. Another stream to City fans have the same right back and centre back to make. No, we're not. We're not going to talk about that tonight. See, you're jumping and presuming before we even get going there. Baker's even gone into press conference mode.
Ready for
good
it.
evening, Ash. Lee Gates. How the devil are you? AK, hope you're good. Just a friendly ask, unless Paul mentioned it. Please don't mention the unsettling scenes in the US. Yes. Condolences to it. I'm not going to go into it because it's sad, but I don't want to start. Some of the stuff being said at the minute online is, I don't know how someone's died tonight and people have turned it into a political stance within an hour of it happening. It's like, yeah. Time and a place, people. Time and a place. Martin's in a shirt. No, this is just I'm not shirt. It's my summer shirt. You know, we are coming to the end of summer in the UK. Big up, Martin. Stand your ground. What I always say, follow me. I'm right behind you. Big up, Mark. Smash those likes, says BB. Thank you, mate. Tariq's in the house saying hello to everyone. Baiting on the 1K. Exactly. Sarah, good evening. Our fan base has gone from treble mentality to Academy FC and give more time FC. Sad times. It really hasn't tactical timeout. I've been the same for 40 years, mate. Hello, Kath, and big up everyone. City therapy is what I need. And don't forget earlier, Blues Down Under and Through Black and White Eyes, we did do Oil Brothers as well. Big up to Baz and the gang. And yeah, couple of things. Stephen, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Really do appreciate that. Thank you for your support, mate. I'm FIFA with the £5 super chat. Have a good stream. I can't stay. I've got my official last day at work. Thanks for all you do, mate. No, thank you. And like I said to you earlier on, stay strong. We're behind you all the way, mate, and you know that. Right, gentlemen, where do you want to start? I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to take them comments off. Just because, where do you want to start? Who wants to start? Do you want the good news first?
We kind of got to start there.
Apparently, Foden, Stones, Ain't Nora, Gavardiol, and Hushinov are all expected to be involved in the derby.
Okay.
That's big news. That's big news.
Okay.
Few nods.
That's good to hear.
Well, I'm being a little cautious because it's Wednesday. So I'd like to hear that available list.
Waiting for an injury tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that availability on Friday. But no, it is good news because we've all been like, look at the injuries going into the international break. Look at the injuries come like as the international break's happening. So yeah, it is good news. I mean, it is following some very bad news with regards to what happened in the Egypt game. But yeah, no, it's a good way to start the show. We've got some positives.
Like Harry says, we're finished. We're washed mid-season. Academy FC, tactical timeout, call it. Yeah, I mean, obviously there has been some sad news. Mamouche has returned, or is currently on his way back from Egypt, where he will have a scan on his knee. He is out for the derby. City did put a statement out, which they don't normally do, which means, or sounds like, it could be longer. Wish him all the best from everyone here at the channel. It's an injury we didn't need, really, isn't it? With old man Mamouche who were going down like that.
Yeah.
Martin, give me those names again. You said Foden, Kujanov, Ainori.
Foden, Kushinoff, get it. Foden, Stones, Ain't Nora, Gavardiol, Kushinoff. Now, Gavardiol, I take with a pinch of salt because I'm getting mixed stuff on that. So, yeah. Some are saying he's out, some are saying he's not. I think with Gavardiol, let's play it by ear. Do I think Gavardiol will start? I'd be so shocked if he starts. But I don't know. Because the thing is with Gavardiol, we never actually know what the injury was. It was never shared with anyone. And that's what does worry me with the Mamouche thing is you don't normally put a statement out on someone's injury. And they have put a statement out on Omar Mamouche. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling that could be a longer. That could be a long one. I pray it isn't. I am guessing. I'm not going to lie. But because first impressions was it was a bruised knee. He was walking all right after the game and smiling. And then, as any injuries, if anyone knows, an injury, you don't always feel the extent of an injury until about an hour or two later when it's the adrenaline's gone. He may have still been working on adrenaline after the game. Once that's gone, then the pain kicks in.
Which is why we saw the pics of him on the crutch.
But it was very similar to Rodri.
brace.
Remember Rodri coming off against Arsenal, and he didn't look that bad, did it? And he was sort of walking all right because didn't he? I think he had 5 days of walking without anything. And then the next minute he had to go and have an operation.
Well, Rodri was kind of like holding off, I think, like a player on his back, or like
that one looked worse. Yeah, that one.
You know what I mean? This one, obviously, there was a collision, like an attempted tackle, or just trying to get the ball off of Marmoush, and the way he fell, the way he grabbed his knee, like we've seen the injury. We're rolling around trying to influence the ref, and then we've seen the injury. Nah, this is real. I'm hurt. I'm holding on to my knee. Something's wrong. So yeah, I mean, right now it's all wait and see. Hopefully the scans reveal that it's not as severe as it may look with all the imagery that we see. Like we're seeing him with a brace over his knee and crutches, but man, we can't, or we haven't, and I don't want to say we can't catch a break, because when you say things like that, another thing happens. But this run of injuries so early in the season is a mad one. And I can't help but think of, would we have been better prepared if there wasn't a Club World Cup? I can't help but think, is this a residual of how hard we fought to close out the season, not having a break and playing the Club World Cup and now coming into this? I don't know, but if we gotta slow things down a little bit, if we gotta be a little choosy, guys, I know maybe I'm going a little too far. It's 3 games into the season, but if we gotta be a little choosy and maybe field, quote unquote, not the strongest team because we're trying to keep players healthy for the season, so we're looking at the League Cup and we're being a little conservative. We're looking at the FA Cup and we're being a little conservative when the time comes. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to be okay for us to have to manage these players if injuries are going to persist like this.
Is Savinho, where's he at, Martin?
Sorry, I'm just sorry. What do you mean, my machine? But Rodri mouth to the sideline, he was done. What? How would Rodri?
I think he means when he tore his ACL.
Got hurt. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
At the time of getting hurt.
Yeah, maybe that's me. Thank you. Cheers, Robert. Mike Mulligan, I don't know, because the thing with scans, it depends if when something swells, there's generally blood there. And it's bruised, and they might wait for the swell. It depends, because that was the problem with Rodri. They couldn't scan the thing properly. You remember, he kept going for scan after scan.
Yeah, there's a difference between tendon, ligament, and muscle versus bone. So,
and you know you can't scan when there's bleeding there, because there's all it'll show is the blood in there, and you're like, "What you doing?" It's thing. Yeah, Luke, you're always welcome, mate. I will send you a link for tomorrow. More than welcome. Get over to Not in My Lifetime. Is Folding about it? Ain't no cushion available at the moment. It seems it, but like you said, we will see. Dash mesh, yeah. Someone did ask. Well, it's up to you. It's your show, guys. You choose where you want to go. I'm not trying to.
Well, I was just asking about Savinho, just because if Marmoush is out for a long period of time, is this the time we would see a Savinho left wing cameo?
I mean, I was thinking similar for sure. I don't know that we do right away. I don't know if he's available, but Doku is coming off, I guess we're going to say, good form over international break. Had that 2-goal.
He came off injured
game. I know it was Kazakhstan, I want to say, but he can't exactly control who he plays. It's like Holland and Moldova scored 5. It's not his fault. Moldova's not very talented, but 2 goals has got to be good for Doku's confidence, I would imagine. So if Savinho is healthy, I mean, I would be all about Savinho on the left, Bob on the right. We could do that, but I don't know that Savinho's healthy. Apparently, this injury must be pretty serious. He was injured a month ago, at least. And we just got nothing on it. It's weird.
I guess for me, and maybe this is the, I don't want to use the word happy clapper, but just the optimist in me. Well, the optimist in me that says that a lot of these injuries were maybe magnified so that people could just kind of take the international break easy.
Were they strategic?
Yeah. So I guess coming into all these things, that was kind of my thought, right? So I fully expected that, everyone, not everyone, but most people would be fine and ready to go come the weekend. So hearing Foden, Kuznov, Aït-Nouri, Stones, Gvardiol, yep, that probably fits with what I was thinking. But, I wrote down Savio, I wrote down Turkey. Where are those folks, right? Those are the people that, we got to see where they live, where they sit on this health continuum as well, because we got to get people healthy. I don't think. Yeah, I think the idea of Savio on the left is a great one. I don't know it's one that Pep has shown a willingness to do unless he's forced. So as long as Doku is available, I think that Doku is going to go out on that left side, and I'm good with that. This gives him an extended run of potentially at least an extended run in the team.
He has to play well. He has to play well.
And then
right?
now it's up to you to kind of prove why you belong out there consistently. And if you got to take your chance. That's what we always say about players. So
that's fair.
I hope that, I'm glad to hear this news. I hope that we get a couple more that we say, okay, they're going to be back or whatever. But ultimately, Doku's going to have to take his chance on that left wing because we're going to need him to play well.
Yeah, no, as far as that position goes, I'm a bit hesitant bringing Savinho back in from the cold. He's not played any competitive action since the Palermo game. I don't even think he's trained. So for me, it's a big risk bringing him into a game of this magnitude. I'd probably just stick with Doku. In fact, he's had a couple good performances against United in the past. He was probably our best player in the FA Cup final. So I trust Doku. If Savinho's fit, you bring him off the bench. We have a very, very draining week upcoming, 3 very difficult games. I'm sure he'll get more than enough of his share of minutes this week. There will be rotation across his next 3 games. There has to be with how our players have been dropping like flies and the amount of injury-prone players we have. We have to rotate at some point this week. It's non-negotiable. Yeah. Again, it reminds me of it's a much more watered down version of this, but there was a week in 2021 where we had Chelsea away, PSG away, Liverpool away, all in a week. We didn't play the same 11 3 times. There is no way we can play the same 11 3 times minutes. We may have to sacrifice a result or 2 along the way. We may not beat Napoli, we may not beat Arsenal, but as far as the bigger picture goes, you have to manage minutes at this point of the season.
Listen, we need to talk to the City fans and remind everyone that it's going to be a long week. It's going to be a long 3 days. It's going to be an emotional one. So everybody needs to get prepared for this because the emotions are going to be high. We're about to go into the Manchester derby, and we know what that's like. We know how we're going to have to be. We put form out the window. We put all kind of tactics out the window. It's about the starting 11, be ready to fight. And we're going to have that derby. I need a win. I'm not gonna shy away from it. I need a win. A draw will frustrate me and drive me crazy, even though I know we've got these injuries. But I need a win at home. I need the Etihad to try and creep back into that safe place. My warm, comfy blanket. My blankie is the Etihad. That needs to be the case again. But we're gonna have an emotional week because we got the derby, and then we got King Kev, man. We got King Kev after that. And then obviously we got the irritants, the louders, the ones that are relentless after not winning anything. We got to deal with Arsenal after that. So it's going to be an emotional week. Going back to this game, and we're trying to estimate or guess who the 11 is.
That's what I was going to say. Do we want to go through and do it?
I think we know a few positions that that kind of pick themselves, right? I don't know if Martin wants to do anything to put on screen and we just talk out loud, but there's no question. Listen, there shouldn't be a question on who the best striker in the world is, right? I mean, I heard prior that everyone wants to throw in a few people, obviously, because Liverpool just got a new signing. Of course, when they get a player, that player is now the best in the world. But Isak's been good. He's never been the best in the world. Haaland just had an amazing international break. Hopefully he brings those shooting boots that were missing in the first 3 games. He brings them moving forward, and it looks like it. So I think, obviously, he sets himself at right wing. I don't know if you guys would agree.
Hold
Martin,
on, before you move. I think is it fair to say we all agree Haaland up top? There's no question about that, right? We're all in agreement.
Yeah. Maybe a couple weeks ago after the Brighton game was a bit emotional. He's a droppable guy, but not anymore.
Yeah, he's playing all 3. That's the
wait. Someone said that Haaland was droppable?
Oh no! On my panel show on LBs, we had this whole debate: do we drop him for Marmoush, play Marmoush? But obviously, that's not an option anymore.
That's not an option anymore.
Yeah.
Options off the table.
Either way, I'm starting Haaland.
You wanted him to get jump started, and so we couldn't bench him to give him a jump start. So we let him play against Moldova. And
Napoli's now. Haaland is now going to play every single game for the foreseeable. Yes. So
all right. So Haaland up top. Oh, sorry, Haaland up top. Yeah. You were gonna go right wing, all right?
Yeah. It is if Oscar Bob's available, I'd start Oscar Bob.
And then keep in mind that Martin said, just for everybody, that Martin said that Foden could potentially be available. We don't know if he's going to be in a position to be able to start, but let's just assume that he's fully fit. So you're going Oscar Bob on that right.
Oh, damn it.
That's Foden for me.
Foden,
yeah, that would be
we got Foden. We got Oscar Bob. Danny, what about you?
If you can get Foden in, you get Foden in. I'm going to assume he's not going to be ready, so I'm going to put Bob on the right. And then I think Doku subsequently on the left.
All right, so let's do this. Let's agree that it's either Foden or Oscar Bob.
Absolutely.
Foden's both of them. I have Foden in the 10. Just me. I have Foden in the 10.
Why no one want to put Foden in the 10?
Well, I was going to say
I'm thinking about the people we have.
10, but I think we're also forgetting. That Bernardo Silva is going to be on the pitch somewhere. So if you're not putting him in midfield, he's probably going to be out on that right wing.
Yeah, that's who's going right wing.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. I was going to say, I think what is Pep going to do? Not what I want. He'll probably put Bernardo out there.
I'm actually not mad. Okay, hold on.
Now I would put Bernardo in the middle because it's going to be
centrally.
I'm putting Bernardo centrally just because of the issues we've been having in midfield. I don't want to throw Foden, like what Danny was saying, out from the cold into straight into 10 and having to do a lot of work right now.
So tell me your midfield 3. Let's just assuming we're doing the 3.
Bernardo, Reinders, Rodri.
Bernardo, Reinders, Rodri.
Okay. I would be a little different. I would do Rodri and Nico G together, and I'd have Foden in the 10. Just bring him out from the cold. I don't really care. He needs to play, in my opinion.
Also, you're dropping Reinders.
Yeah, I would drop Reinders. He's had 1 really good game and then 2 not so great games. Is he undroppable? I mean, we haven't seen the Rodri, Nico G pivot together, have we? Or maybe we have, but I think that is a better option than Rodri and Bernardo. Just my opinion. I'm happy if Bernardo can come on the pitch some point. I would be not thrilled seeing him on right wing because we need some wingers who can create some G&A, and that's not what he does in any way. If he has to play him in the middle, not the right wing for me. But I would, if it's me, I'd be doing Rodri and Nico G together, under the assumption Foden is fit.
Yeah, I'm going with the same midfield as Ed. I'm going with Reinders, Bernardo, and Rodri. For me, I'm giving Reinders a bit more license to be more expressive and creative, and I'm asking Bernardo if he's got one more in him, like that old basketball meme. I got one more in me. Can he dictate the midfield in the big game one more time? Like every single time we used to play Liverpool, he'd kick at ankles, he'd win balls back. Can you do it one more time for me in the most passion-driven game of passion-driven games? That's where I'm at. Can he help Rodri out? Can he be that support? I think he can.
Yeah, that's good. So I'd like the. I mean, of course, I would love to see Foden back in. I think a midfield three of Reinders, Rodri, Nico G. I think I want to see that. But yeah, I think playing Reinders kind of a little bit further forward, which I believe is what he played. I would have to go back and look at the lineup for that first match when he actually played well. I thought he was maybe getting forward a little bit more, scoring goals for us. So if I had a Rodri and Nico G pairing, I suppose I could also do Rodri Bernardo pairing there, and then have Reinders kind of being the more forward. Because he already told us he doesn't want to get
Tariq, can I ask you
the tackles like that? Go ahead.
Can I ask you this? Like, now, obviously, you want to think of your starting 11, but what about if you have to adjust for the game? If you have to close out the game, or have who do you want on the bench option? Maybe the first sub midfielder.
Nico.
So you're not starting.
See,
Nico
I don't think
then.
Nico. If we're not, so if you're asking me who's going to come in and change the game, right? If I'm down or I need someone to come in and get me a goal, that's not going to be Nico G. Now, if I need someone to kind of help shore it up, maybe then I'm thinking maybe Nico G in that position. But that's assuming we've gone ahead to begin with. We just started this show with a conversation about our injury crisis. So I can only think about the starting lineup. I got to just put what I can out there first, and then figure out who's going to be on the bench and all that stuff. I guess if you ask me, it'd probably be Foden on the bench, because I'm probably going to put, or I'm assuming that he's going to put Bernardo out on the right wing, and then that leaves Foden to come in off the bench to kind of play some minutes, get his, kind of get back into it, but not have to carry the load. So that's kind of my thought there. I think everybody's good. I don't know, Martin, did you want to tell us what you were doing, Martin?
Yeah, just before we do, because I am seeing it, and I think there's a balance to be had. No, I'll do this first, then I'll go to that. See, for me, I would go Rodri, Reinders, Foden. If Semedo is... See, the trouble is, my wingers will depend on who I've got as fullback.
Exactly.
I'm trying to pick my fullbacks before I pick my wingers.
Okay.
So,
actually, that's good. Do you tend to start from defense forward, or do you start from forward?
That's where I normally start too.
Semedo and Doku are not going to be the same wingers as a Bernardo or a Foden.
That's true.
Because Bernardo and Foden will come inside and invert, as Doku and Semedo will not do that. So that will then dictate who goes. Because if you're going to play Semedo, then it becomes very pointless.
Okay.
Right.
Because they're going to do the same thing.
Savino playing on the left.
No, you can invert Nuri.
I'll say what we've seen Pep do a lot of is invert Nori, which actually kind of frustrating.
Did he freeze?
He inverted a lot.
Hey, he's frozen for me.
That's a lovely pose by Tariq.
No, you're back.
No.
You posed. You froze in. He's done it again. Matt, we'll just give Tariq a moment. So, now he's going all speed. He was going 10 times that.
I think you're good now. No, obviously we tend when we're team building, starting 11, we'll start keeper, defense, moving forward. Now, keeper.
No, sorry, I've got to address this. Then don't go in the ground, Amar. I'm going to be straight with you, mate. Don't go in the ground to begin. No, it's not that. That's you can't be doing. This is starting to real grind on me now. That's not supporting the club, Amar. It's a Manchester derby, and you're saying I'm walking out the ground if Bernardo starts. I'm sorry, Amar. You're not like that. Is spoiled child mentality. It is. We can't be doing it. It's a Manchester derby. The team needs us right now. Come on.
Isn't he our captain?
And people say stuff like you've no standards. That's having no standards as fans, because you're not being a fan then at that point. I'm sorry, you're being a spoiled brat. There are people, Amar, I know this for a fact, who are begging to get tickets for this game at the weekend. And you put it, come on, Amar, you're better than that, mate. Come on, you're much better than that.
Plus, he just came off a good cameo with Portugal too, so I don't know.
And I'm gonna say the point now, and I do apologize, but there's an argument in the chat in a minute about, well, are we just back our plays, don't back our plays? I stand on this. We've got the squad what we've got now till January. You can't make any more signings now. The window is closed.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to do now from September to January? Just bitch, moan, complain, and slag everyone off?
Yeah.
What good is that? I know people are angry and they're emotional, but you're going to lead a very unhappy life for the next 5 months. You are. You're going to go into depression.
Yeah.
I'm not saying blindly back them, but right now, if you're down as a human being, your family and your friends pick you up. We are the family and the friends of those players. They need us to pick them up, and they need to pick us up. We need to help each other. This splitness, I get January, we can do something, but not now. And that's not even being happy clapper. That's just being a fan.
If there's 2 games on the schedule that you should be blindly supporting your team, it's United home, United away. I don't care how big the disparity is in the table. It's been a rivalry for God knows how long. There's been so many hard-fought games between the teams. These are our biggest rivals. It's not Arsenal. It's not Liverpool. It's been City versus United for decades, so get behind the team. If you don't want to get behind
enough people slagging us off right now. Everyone's sacked Pep. Everyone's finished with him. They've sacked all our players. We're doing rivals' jobs at the minute. Sorry, Danny.
No. Go ahead. I've said that.
It irks at me now because I think it's just moaning for the sake of moaning now. I get people are hurt, but come on. Bernardo scored and assisted last night for Portugal. He can't be that bloody finished.
I just don't get the whole making excuses not to support your team in a derby.
It's a derby.
It just sounds preposterous to me. I know people are allowed to support the way they want, but it just sounds crazy to me.
And Danny, plus with everything we've been seeing, when we're talking about people want leadership out there, people want fight out there. I think the player that would encompass all that would be Bernardo Silva.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, people. I've had someone who's offered me £300 for the ticket. I told them no.
500.
Make some money, mate. You want to do it? Make some money. Have a day off. You can't. I know you're upset, Matt, and I know it's coming from an emotional standpoint. Just come on, derby weekend. These are not the games to be doing this in.
And let's just be fair. I don't know if he's posted again since then, and hopefully you all can see and hear me fine. I think sometimes we say stuff, kind of get a reaction.
Yeah,
I doubt that he's really going to walk out of the match. The match is going, but it's fair to say, hey, I would like to see a different lineup, or I would like to see this player or that player. But at the end of the day, once the lineup comes out, whatever that lineup is, all of us as Blues get behind it. We support it. We, cheers until the end, regardless win, lose, or draw, and call it a day. But I think, right now, again, people are emotional, and it's easy to kind of throw things out there that maybe are a little kind of over the top and not necessarily truly how you feel. So I'm just going to assume that that's where that guy's coming from. Because again, it would be crazy to walk out. So
I'm starting to think this guy's not even a City fan, Because as soon as you've got R9 and Messi there as a little thing, mate, I'm starting to think you're not even a City fan. I'm starting to think you're a rival who's just had a bit of a wind up in City channels at the minute. So let's stop that, mate. You spread lies about me, you just get banned. Simple as. I'm the last person who's been Pep out, and everybody in this community knows I'm the last person who goes, Pep, get out.
Again, being frustrated with decisions, Pep doesn't get them all right. He's not above reproach, but to be like Pep out, I doubt that anybody on here is taking that approach. So it is what it is. I guess the question I have for everybody, biggest question for me, who do you start in goal? Do you go with Donnarumma?
Someone else start.
Or do you start with Trafford? Oh, big ups, Nick.
I was going to do these memberships very quickly now. Just Tariq. Member for 12 months, Nick. Big up for the 1 year anniversary, mate. You, sir, are a legend, and I love all them badges. We are going to change the member badges as well soon. I need to get that done this week. An SOS for a massive 28. Big up for the 28, mate. Awesome. Thank you so much. And hopefully this guy on Sunday will be balling.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Oh no, I'm not banning him. You don't ban him. Just relax. You know, troll away. But I'm all for a laugh and a giggle, mate. But just don't lie about me. I'm a lot of things. Call me whatever you want. I had someone pay £10 last week to call me a wanker. It was great. Pay away.
Yeah, if you're gonna call me names, at least pay me.
Call me names, at least, you know, send us a super chat for the privilege.
and right when you say that, there's a super chat comes in.
Hey, Lee, yeah, but I know Lee is like a top lad. He's a big up, Lee. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday, mate. If you do, come over and say hello, Lee. Tariq, great question, because that's where I'm going. Keeper. Donner is in the building. He has done all his stuff. Weirdly, that's not been announced yet, which is very weird. I don't know. You know, City are very weird with this. They sort of record everything, do everything, and then sort of leave it. That'll probably come out tomorrow or Friday, the Donnarumma interview. Danny, I'm going to start with you. Trafford or Donner?
If you don't start him this weekend, when do you bring him in? It's a question of integration for me. Like, when is a good time to bring him in if you don't just throw him straight in? I'd start him. I am wary because the last time we had a goalkeeper debut in the derby, he dropped a total clanger, which was Bravo in 2016. But I'd start
I forgot about that. Now you're giving me flashbacks to that derby.
What, you think he's gonna flap it across and Benjamin Šešelj volley it?
And should have given away a penalty to Runa.
I know. See, now you're thinking. Now it's a total debate.
Because I wasn't expecting Bravo to clatter Wayne Rooney and go, see you, mate. Oh, by the way, Anthony Taylor's your referee on Sunday.
Even worse.
Could you have got a more bigger ragging charge than him? Sorry, he's an Altrincham fan.
Of course.
That's a lot of pressure starting a derby. It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
He's a big time player, though. I mean, he's played in major games. I don't think he'd be in the least bit, I don't know, nervous to start in the derby in the first game. I would hope, at least. My goodness, guy's 26. He's played like 50 games for Italy already.
Yeah, I don't think the situation or the event is going to be too big for him. I'm not concerned about that. I guess my concern with starting Donnarumma is he's had maybe up until today, he's probably had no training time with Pep and the team. Unless every team builds up the same way, it's going to be hard to say, oh, by the way, you're going to have to run out here, and this is how we're going to build up, and we expect you to be decent enough at it that we don't get penalized by having you in. I question if that's an option. So I feel like I have to go with Trafford for that reason. But I will say, if you start Trafford and God forbid we don't win, he's going to get crucified and it's going to be his fault regardless of what happens on the pitch. If you start Donnarumma and he doesn't do well, let's say he gives away a goal because of something with his feet, we're going to say, oh, it was, we shouldn't have thrown him in. It's one of those things I think Pep is going to be, there's no right answer. Damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a thing.
That's right. I'm not.
I want to go back to what I kind of said earlier. We've got United, Napoli and Arsenal moving forward. I'm kind of calm with. I've seen enough from Trafford to. I wouldn't worry with him starting in the derby. I wouldn't worry with him getting one more game as starter and Donnarumma a little more practice time and playing in the Champions League. Pep trying to managing the two. You got to think of man management as well. Like Trafford was obviously a signing. There was the Martins reminded me all the time that he was brought in as the potential number one, and Ederson moving on, and Ortega and stuff like that. And to have Donnarumma come in right away and start, I don't know if that's the best way to manage both players. If it's Trafford, I'm actually kind of calm with it. I think we still get the sweeper keeper that we're accustomed to, the playing out from the back to a certain degree. And however we adjust for Donnarumma, we got the next game in terms of Champions League to deal with that. And maybe, like Tariq was talking about, heaven forbid, it's not a good result type game. Sorry, guys. It's better to fall on a player that's been here for a while than it to be the debut of a player that's going to be starting their run at the club. Like, I don't know. That's just me. If it was my choice, I'd go Trafford. But
if again, God forbid, no one's hoping for this, but God forbid we were to lose and you didn't start Donnarumma, Pep's going to get crucified for that. They're going to tell us that, Pep is washed. Why didn't he start Donnarumma? Because he's the big name. He's the big game player. So from that standpoint, you almost have to. But again, from my perspective, I just don't know if he's had enough training time to be in sync with the rest of the team and actually.
But
yeah,
do we get penalized by putting somebody in that's not had enough training time? I guess is my question.
For me, with Donnarumma, it's more about, does he give the back line that extra more confident? Does he bring, because we know when you bring a world-class player in, it brings some aura. And I think right now we might need some of that back there with where the confidence might be. And I'd rather go out with a big name in a derby.
Okay.
We can. I've never heard Pep claim Trafford as his number one.
All right, fair. Now, hold on. Between the two keepers, does your decision making on which players, does your decision on the defenders that start, or does the decision on maybe the partnership in the midfield, does that change if it's Donnarumma or Trafford?
But I think this is what Martin has been talking about. We're dropping our midfield so low for build-up. I don't know how much you're really asking from him for when you're talking about those things, because Bernardo and Rodri are dropping into the penalty box.
Okay, so I'm kind of all over the place a little bit. So are you saying Bernardo, Rodri start?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Okay, Donnarumma starts, big name, more trust.
Yeah.
I hear it. I agree. Like he's world class. Some want to disagree or whatever, but we know he's a big name keeper. He just won the treble, So let's put that in perspective. Donnarumma, big name, midfield. Let's say we got Rodri and Bernardo Silva, the most experienced midfielder we can have, with the addition of, are we saying Reinders? Foden out on the right wing.
All I'm saying is Donnarumma, if I'm not back room and stuff, but Donnarumma is instilling more confidence in our players, maybe, and saying, you know what, I hear it.
I'm not fighting you on that. I'm not fighting. Yeah.
And Holland basically was on every media post.
Yeah.
So we know he's a stat to have him. If the other players are responding the same way with him, that's where I would go.
Then again, back to Tariq's point, he hasn't trained with us. The players won't know his particular tendencies. They've played with Trafford. They know what they're going to get with Trafford. Maybe they don't know what they're going to get with Donnarumma.
Does Trafford deserve to be dropped though after his man of the match against Brighton?
Probably not. That's why it's such a difficult conversation.
Oh, I don't think he's done anything that would say
if he plays well,
Martin,
what are we going to do? Is Donnarumma going to start next game?
No.
Yeah, because it's Champions League, so he can play. He can play in Champions League.
With the situation, it's why they said I didn't like the situation.
Yeah.
You brought Trafford in. He could have gone to Newcastle. to be their number one.
He made the
wasn't
right
gonna
choice.
He was going to be their guy. He says, no, I'll come back. Maybe he did. He didn't know about Donnarumma. We don't know. I'm fine with Donnarumma and him fighting it. I don't think there'll be much of a fight. I'm probably fine with that. I've accepted he'll probably leave. But I just think I think you really are cutting him. After the man of the match performance, and then you drop him. I just think that is you might as well just send him packing now.
It's what we do, though, right?
Right?
Mara's got a hat trick in the FA Cup semi-final and then doesn't play. You know,
Mara's been here for 6 years, not 6 minutes.
Yeah, but if Pep thinks Donnarumma's a better keeper, I mean, he feels confident.
I think we gotta. Look,
I will always ask that question: why buy Trafford?
Well, yeah, I mean,
we don't know what was told.
Well, that was my question. That's why I was so against the signing in the first place.
It looks like we've signed Trafford for homegrown.
wait, guys, hold on. If we don't have Trafford right now, who is back up to Donnarumma?
Ortega's still here.
Ortega's still here. Now that we want to talk about confidence, a player focused on the club, maybe not having their head turned.
Whoa! Let's not start Ortega bashing here. What we're doing?
I'm not.
You were about to go in an Ortega bash there. I
wasn't gonna bash him. No, I wasn't gonna bash him. But listen, we've all had our late night conversations. I remember when Ederson's head was turned and how he was discussed. All I'm saying is we got Ortega now, and he's obviously been looking for a move. How much of you're our number 2 when we know you're looking to leave here now that we have Donnarumma? Do we really want to invest in development wise or impact wise? I know it's kind of dirty with Trafford, quote unquote, being the number 1 now, automatically push to number 2.
I don't understand this. Only City fans can think that Messi would not be suitable. What? That makes no sense.
Who's our
We'd
Messi?
all take Messi right now.
I think maybe now.
I'll say I don't know about now. But I mean, we do need a right wing.
Derby.
He's got history against United.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, Donnarumma is going to be our number 1. I know that.
Yeah.
No, that's not even up for debate. Donnarumma is going to be number 1.
And who do you want to be our number 2? It's not Ortega. He's moving on.
It won't be Trafford much longer. Promise you that.
Trafford
ain't hanging around, mate.
I mean,
he's going to hang around.
We sold Trafford for whatever we sold him for a couple of years ago. We bought him back. We sell him again. I mean, it sounds harsh, but on the guy as like a personal level, but as a club, it makes sense. He's a good enough keeper to be the backup. If he doesn't make it as a starter here because Donnarumma's blocking him, then we sell him and he's not better than the keeper we bought anyway. It's harsh, but I mean, it is what it is. It's good business.
But how do we know?
I know the standard.
If you'd have bought Martinelli, it's completely different. Martinelli, if you'd have bought Martinelli a month ago and then 2 weeks later bought Eze, that's the same question. Trafford has not been here for 5 years and then you're bringing in a keeper. You bought Trafford and Donnarumma within a month of each other.
We need competition in that position, and we at least need a player that looks like Trafford wants to fight for the position. Looks like I think he'll fight till I think summertime he'll fight, and then I think he'll fight till the summer, and then I don't think he'll go in Jan. I think he'll give it a season. Are we kind of selling him short to not think that? Hey, I'm not saying that he's going to match Donnarumma because Donnarumma's had a career, but
fans have already given up on it.
They've already given up on him?
So. I already know what you're going to answer, what your question's going to be, and I don't think that we've given up on him. I don't think that he's going to get. This is just me. I don't think he's going to get a fair shot at the job because I think we've already said. A lot of us have said, hey. Donnarumma come in immediately. He's put him in. And we've not accounted for the fact that, again, he's played well. Martin said he played man of the match performance last match out. So why not let him play? And then let's see who's better and play whoever is better. That's not what people are saying. People are saying it's got to be Donnarumma. He's got to be the one. And okay, again, you pay the money that you pay for him and the track record and the name that he has. I understand why people would say that, I also understand if I am Trafford, or if I'm Trafford's parents, because I'm old enough to be his parents, probably, then I'm saying, you know what? You're not getting a fair shot. It's time for you to look someplace else. And so all I'm saying is, if we gave him a shot and he didn't win it, then maybe he's okay with being a backup. If you don't give me a fair shot and I don't even have a chance to win it, then I need to go someplace else.
All right.
And this is a great example. As you know, me and Betty, we had a long discussion on this.
Yeah. And Alvarez was bought first as well.
And Alvarez gave the goals up after 18 months. He went, see ya.
That's different.
Thing, right? There's people who say, sure, if Trafford wants to leave, he can leave. But then when he goes to Chelsea and he puts up gold gloves year after year, don't complain. Don't say, oh, it was a mistake. Oh, it was a mistake. You wanted this. You wanted a better goalkeeper to play. So don't go like people are doing with Palmer now. People are still going, oh, Palmer. If Trafford goes somewhere else and smashes it, don't complain that we sold him, because this is what you wanted.
So this is my question. I keep hearing this, competing. When's Trafford going to get the chance to compete? And don't
I love it. I love it.
He's not a compete.
No, I love it. Martin, you on your burner posing the questions to answer the questions. I love it. I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to say this.
No, that was to the chat, actually.
I know. I'm messing with you. The Holland and Alvarez is a little different because both players can actually play in the same game. Or one player can be subbed on in the middle and show their worth. It's very different from a keeper standpoint, but I would be surprised if it wasn't the same type of agreement or arrangement that we've seen in previous seasons. One keeper, the Prem's yours. The Prem's yours, you're going to play consistently. Now, the League Cup, the FA Cup, that's someone else's. They're going to have that. That's theirs to do. And then, obviously, Champions League, it's most likely going to be matter games, the EPL keeper. And if it's a wash, if it's kind of confirmed, then maybe the start goes to the same keeper that's playing in the League Cup and FA Cup. I think there's a shot for Trafford to still, quote unquote, get a fair shot, because he'll have his portion of games to show his worth. And if he's showing to be better on the ball, if he's showing better to do what Pep's requesting of him, and it's not like apples and oranges when it's Donnarumma to when it's Trafford, I think that's fair. This season, go out and show why you want to be number one, why you think you can be number one. Whether the club decides that afterwards, we paid this much for Donnarumma, we got to do. But I think you'll get a fair shot to show his worth and value.
See, I agree with this in a way. I'll take it played 20 times. What doesn't help is Pep always come out with that comment, and he's my number one. Yeah. So Ortega, no matter what he did, he always got batted down.
Did he say number one?
Yeah, yes. Exact quote. My number one.
Mm-hmm. Ortega was bought as a backup, though.
And the other thing is,
knew that.
We all remember, because I love what everyone goes, keepers compete. No, they don't. What happened when Ortega got in the net and started doing saves? Where did the original Ellison kickoff come from?
Yeah. No, stop that.
Tell me I'm wrong.
That's the fans. That's the fans doing too much. No,
and you know that isn't fan. You know that.
That's the fans doing too much.
Fulham away in the build-up. He kicked off. It carried on. And I'm not saying, and I get people arguing the trade. I understand that, and I think Edison. I'm not saying Trafford should be number one. Donnarumma should be number two. What I'm saying is, I don't believe in this. It's a fair fight. I don't think it is. Trafford's going to get Carabao Cup and the third and fourth and the FA Cup. Yeah. He won't be playing first teams. He's going to be playing with... I don't want to make... This is going to sound so harsh when I say it.
Yeah, it is. Say it. Say it, though.
He's going to be playing with the backups. James Trafford wants to play Real Madrid. Wants to play Liverpool, United, Arsenal. And Donnarumma signed a 5+1, 6 years. If Donnarumma was 29, I'd say Trafford fight it for 2 years. Donnarumma was 26.
Yeah, but what did Trafford sign for us? And you mentioning the 5+1, if I remember correctly, Pep only signed a 2-year contract. As a player, as an agent, you may be like, listen, I know it's not ideal right now. This is the place you want to be. You've returned here for a reason. If the manager's not giving you a start, he's only here for 2 years. Right? Like, I'm not giving up on the player. I don't have the PTSD. Like I don't think this is another
I'm not giving up
or anything like that.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm saying where I disagree is it's not a fair fight. I don't believe it is a fair fight.
Okay.
As I didn't believe Haaland Alvarez was a fair fight because Haaland was always the number one.
That wasn't what? Okay, this show's going left because I don't know how you're trying to say it wasn't a fair. Both players,
No,
We haven't even got the right
come on,
back
Vader,
yet.
man. There's no way that Haaland, if healthy, was not going to start matches.
Tell me when Haaland got dropped.
Now, that doesn't mean to your point, because
No,
I
that's
said
not
the
a fair
same.
point.
I said the same thing that you said earlier, right? I said the same thing previously. That didn't mean that Alvarez couldn't take one of those other 10 outfield spots on the pitch. So he had an opportunity to still play. But if it came down to who's going to lead the line, both players being healthy, it was never a question, in my opinion, that it was going to be Haaland leading the line.
I agree with you, but the reason why I believe the Haaland example is so unfair, guys, and I hate when Martin brings it up. It triggers me every time.
Because we've had long discussions on that.
We have had long discussions on it, but I do want the conversation to be fair and balanced. Haaland is abnormal, though. Like we're using this as an example, but he's a unicorn. Look at the amount of goals that he scored. Like it's not normal. So when you say a manager's gonna, but
do you think that Donnarumma is a unicorn of a goalkeeper? Started at 17.
Did he just become a ventriloquist, or was that me?
No, it's just I think it's Frozen.
I
heard what he had.
Sorry, it scared me a bit because Tariq went from being frozen and then his voice appeared. I'm like, how's he doing that?
I have no idea.
You know, Martin, this feels very tactical from you because Vader said 10 minutes ago he's got to leave in 10 minutes. You brought.
I know he does it, Daddy. He does it all the time. He does it when we were doing the Mancunian way on other shows or whatever. I'd be like, I send him the message and be like, hey, I gotta go soon, and he'd bring up a conversation that I either had to overly defend or completely disagree with. The reason why when you guys say fair fight,
he's not leaving. Look,
no, I'm not leaving yet. I get what you guys mean in terms of like, was it a fair fight in terms of him always defaulting to Haaland? He had his shot, but I think even as well as Alvarez played, you can see that there's a difference in scoring quality. The most difficult thing to do in football is score. And Haaland, we've been spoiled. Haaland makes it look easy. I don't see how you drop him. When he's healthy, he's playing. But from a keeper standpoint, when Martin brings up the point, and I'll concede, when he brings up the point and say, you know what, they're not playing in the same competitions. If he's playing in a League Cup, he's playing in an FA, and that's quote unquote lesser competition or the non-starters. I kind of get that. But we've seen Trafford before coming to City. He played for Burnley. I don't think we wouldn't say he was a world beater. We wouldn't say that he was going to be the guy. He did come over here to develop. If he's going to have to develop and prove himself behind Donnarumma, I think he'll get enough opportunities to show whether he should remain, or maybe on his sake, he'll see whether I should remain fighting because I've shown my quality, or you know what, I'm not good enough. Yeah, I'm going to move on and quote unquote.
You know why I disagree slightly, and I hear what you're saying, and I will let you go because I know you're desperate. But and I hear what you're saying. But Trafford left Manchester City because there was no pathway to number one.
Yeah.
If we'd have stayed, or remember he had Newcastle there, and there was other clubs. I know Chelsea had interest. Well, I think they still are, and Brighton also had a little look.
Yeah, he
had options, and he went no. And it was that quote he says, "I believe in myself to be number one," which is great. But and listen, I'm not saying again, Donnarumma will be the number one. He is the better keeper. I'm not going to say he is.
Yeah.
But that to him, he must be thinking, well, I'm right back to where I was 2 years ago when I left. I'm right back into the same position.
Yeah,
he's probably getting better paid. I don't disagree. But he's thinking, I'm going to sit on the bench for the Champions League. I could have been playing in the Champions League for Newcastle. Now, yes, granted, that's on him. He's took the gamble. But this is, I think,
I hear that point.
We're never going to get to the crux because we're never going to know. Did he know, or was he told?
Yeah,
Donnarumma was coming, and that's the part I think we're never going to get an answer because unless we get Trafford on a show, and you're always welcome, James. I know you won't be allowed contractually, but did you know Donnarumma was on the horizon?
Yeah. No,
Now, if he knew Donnarumma was on the horizon, then it's a little bit on him then.
Then that's
And
fair.
it's a little bit on him. Same with Alvarez. Alvarez knew Haaland was coming.
Mm-hmm.
They both got paraded at the same time, so that's on Alvarez.
Well, again, you're gonna bet on yourselves, and then you kind of see where the
Yes.
level of competition is, and then you're like, "Nah, this guy's too good. I gotta leave. I gotta actually leave the country.
If it
I'm
was
gonna
any
go
other
to
keeper,
La
I'm
Liga."
with you. It's because it is Donnarumma, and Donnarumma is one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, crew, listen, guys, thank you so very much. Apologies to have to leave. Don't let Martin stir the pot too much. It's our show. Remember that it's our show, and he's just hosting it. But listen, thanks for having me on. I'll catch you guys next
One
week.
day I won't even be hosting these. I'm going to step away from the
Fair enough. But yeah, I look forward to continuing listening, and I'll try to be in the comments, guys. Take care.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Big up, mate.
Yeah.
Go and give Vet Games a lot of love. Smashed over
Big
the
up, Vader.
Thanks,
today.
guys.
I just, like you said, I don't think the fan base were always going to probably move on from Trafford because of who's come in. If you were bringing an Ortega-esque keeper in, you're probably like, God, that sounds disrespectful to Ortega. Donnarumma was our big name signing. This is why, when people say City can't attract big names anymore. Donnarumma is a big name.
Yeah.
Let's make no bones about that. So that's the thing. I'll be straight. I don't think it's a fair fight. But they're adults and it's a competitive sport. I'm going to ask. I'm going to come to you, Raja. No, I don't.
What you got?
You don't want to talk. Does anyone want to talk APT? In any way, it's your show, it's your choice. You don't want to, we move on.
I can answer. I mean, APT is something that is not for me. It's for the people that are the executives of the Premier League clubs to figure out and get the sponsorship money. I do not care what the rules are. They don't impact me. Cool. We won the case. We lost the case. We settled the case. I don't know. Just get me to the games so I can watch my team win and score goals. That's how I feel about the APT thing. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know enough or want to know enough to be Stefan Borsen and give this elaborate explaining about why our $1 billion deal is now a $1.7 billion deal, and it's the biggest ever because of the inflation factor thing.
Nah, he's nice.
Yeah. It is what it is. Cool. Settled the case. Let me know if we're guilty or not guilty in 115, and then I'm cool. Don't care.
I'll tell you what is shocking. We're not at 100 likes yet. Come on. We're at 72. Come on. Hit that like button.
I'm no expert on anything legal, nor do I claim to be. I do want to dispel the notion this is going to break hundreds of hearts, thousands of hearts even. $1 billion sponsorship does not mean $1 billion transfer spending next summer. It's not going to just go straight into the budget, and that's what people don't understand. It's going to go to all sorts of places.
You've gone to where I wanted to go.
I don't think the transfer policy is going to change because of a win in court.
Oh, sorry. Breaking news. There are 2 seats available for the Derby right now. 58 quid. 2 seats. One in North Stand Level 2, one in East Stand Level 3. I get going. There is 2 available. 58 quid.
Has that Field Main Road just leaked that Bernardo's starting? Is that how the seats
I don't know. I'm out of you giving up your ticket already. That's to the point I'm going to make. I think it's great. I think people have jumped on it because I was listening to it earlier. Musiala, Elisa, we're going to buy this guy, that guy. And I'm like, what? We're not going spending 800 million next summer. There is still because I think people have got this idea that transfers are just on Pep, Chica, or Viana. Haldoon and Sheikh Mansour do get says as well. We've just had 350 million pumped into an extension and a training ground. All that comes in. Yes, do I think we'll buy bigger players? I don't think it means everyone's off the, any names open. Someone said, "Oh, we can go and get Yamal now with his release clock." No.
No, it's not. It's not a takeover.
Yeah, this is not. We're not just. This is not takeover day, and we're off with Robinho and all that again. I agree. We should spend more money on better, first team players, but I don't think you're going to get you're not getting a Real Madrid Galactico squad walking in the door in 12 months either.
No.
So I think, and I've been thinking about this week. I don't know that you're right. I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things, but I don't think that the Premier League, I mean, they care to an extent, but like if we talk about the quote unquote, the red cartel, right? I think they got what they wanted out of all of this. Oh, wow. Yeah, bad idea.
I get it, and I love you for it, mate. But that's the whole point of what the protest was last year.
Yeah, that was a bad decision.
I hope you've not been rinsed, mate. I really don't.
And again, I don't know where they're from, so maybe you just got to find a ticket any way you can. But you're probably paying a ton more than you need it to be. And why give our money to them people? But anyway, I think that ultimately with 115, with APT, all of the above, I don't think it was. I think the goal there really has been to just, and this is going to sound like conspiracy theory, maybe. I don't know.
They've gone. Sorry, they've sold out again.
Again, and why would I wouldn't expect it. When you said it, I was like, could I get a ticket? Could I get a plane ticket over there?
Tariq's cogs are going.
Man, it's like I don't even know if I can find a way to get there in time. Anyway, but I just think that at the end of the day, we've been hampered by our ability to bring in the names that we want. And maybe I'm wrong, but when we think about the Bellinghams, when we think about the Vertzes, when we think about the Declan Rices of the world, those top names are top targets that we've been going after, and we've not been able to grab. It feels like maybe there's just the specter of 115 and all of the stuff that's going on around the club. And so people are afraid to fully commit. Even if we end up winning the case in the long run, if that is in fact the case and people are being kind of turned away, that is all that they needed. At some point, there's going to come in the new rules about with the anchoring and all that. So we're only going to be able to spend so much more than the bottom team. So it's not going to matter how much money we bring in at some point. And then effectively what the other teams have wanted, like Liverpool, they went out and spent a ton of money, right? They went Galactico shopping this window. If in future windows you're just not allowed to do that, well, there's no way to catch up to them outside of the players that you already have being better, or finding diamonds in the rough or whatever.
But so Tyreek, that's not really like, that's still like, because they still have to vote on it.
Yeah, but so go ahead.
No, I'm saying, so I'm not going to think majority of the clubs want to be tied down to the lowest team. That's just my thought.
By the way, I think Walter has put where we're going to be better quality spending.
Yeah.
But if I think that the amount of extra money that we get in the grand scheme of things, because it's not like we're getting 1 billion or 1.75 billion brand new money. We're already getting some of that money already. Some of that is new. I just think that if in fact those new rules come in, it's not going to matter how much money we have, and it's going to be Liverpool. And I think that's what Liverpool's banking on.
By the way, that's good then. If you got it for $63.
Oh yeah, take that.
Yeah, that's good then. I just thought I don't want people spending $300-400 or pounds, because I think it's just my season ticket's that price. Christ, it just boils my piss. Sorry.
What do people think of the name Barcola? Because that was thrown around.
But is that not
I
another
haven't seen
project?
enough.
This is my own thing. Is that not another project? What's the difference between Bacola and Savinio?
Exactly.
Like for like replacement, I would say.
Where's the upgrade?
It's a side grade, I would say.
That's my point. Spot on, right? That's my whole point. It would go. This is my thing with this project signing. Someone said to me, "Sell Savinio and go and get Akalusha out of Monaco." Great talent.
No, that's different. I think.
No, we don't know whether he's going to be world class though, Ed.
He's more established.
But I think we know he's a finisher. Nobody on here can think he's not a finisher.
Hang on a minute. So he's done it in Ligue 1. Is Ligue 1 a better standard of thing than La Liga?
When you're talking about physicality, yes.
It's true.
Really?
When you're talking about defenses you're going to come up against, probably not.
Are you really putting Ligue 1 ahead of La Liga in terms of quality?
Well, we're not talking, but guys, we're talking about his. Do people think Savinio is a better finisher than Barcola?
No, objectively, no.
He did have 21 goals and 18 assists.
Yeah, objectively, there is no argument to that.
Barcola had 21 and 18. Is that what you're saying?
21 goals, 18 assists in all comps last year. So maybe it is an upgrade. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, I know we were looking at the assists and stuff and seeing how he can distribute, but at the same time, I think what we need in this team is goals. So, I mean, it depends on what type of player you want.
He'd be one on the list.
I said this earlier on South Stand. I think people are looking at this winger goals thing in a false narrative. Because when our wingers were scoring goals is when we didn't have a direct number 9. And Aguero was coming to the end of his tenure.
But Martin, when Haaland is not scoring, that is an issue we do have.
I agree with. No, it's not even the goal scoring. It's the amount of goals people are wanting. People are talking like every winger gets 20 plus goals every season.
No, not every winger. No, not
in the Premier League. In Ligue 1, maybe. I'm sorry, my opinion, Ligue 1 is an inferior situation. Why do players leave Ligue 1 to go to La Liga and the Premier League?
It's fair. It's a fair comment.
I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm trying to be. You can't compare an apple to an orange and go right.
Martin, that's a little unfair because they got okay. Let's say outside of
PSG,
out of three or four teams in La Liga. Okay, you got PSG there. So let's say there's only 3 other really teams in La Liga that you would take over League One sides. Because I don't think Bilbao is blowing through Martial. I'm probably butchering the name, but I don't think they're, like.
I don't think people are understanding my Bacola situation. My Bacola situation is that he's done exactly what Savinio did in La Liga.
It's a little.
I don't know if people have forgotten what Savinio did in La Liga.
Okay, but Mark, outside of Rodrigo, okay, let's say Elise and Rodrigo, where would you go?
No, I didn't have an issue with Rod. See, my issue is I don't want my wingers to score 20. I'm more, and I've said this 1,000 times, I want my wingers to assist more. I want to get a winger who can assist to Haaland.
That's valid. The more chances create.
If a winger's scoring 20 goals, Haaland's not scoring.
Martin, I don't think that's true, but
so who's going to pass to?
I think Alvarez proved that point. I think when Alvarez was here, I think we had some other scorers too when Alvarez was here. I don't think that's your wingers can. I think your wingers can score.
Was that the season Haaland scored 50? You just took me point away. That's what I'm saying.
I think Ed's point is fair.
Okay. He scores 10 less goals, but you have somebody that you can count on and that's dependable.
Yeah, I think you need a diversifying in the squad of players who can get goals. Yes, we all want Haaland to break his record every year and score 50, 60 goals. But we also need people who can get 10 or 12, and we don't have enough people who get 10 right
You got
now.
Marmouche and Foden who can probably hit that. Even in Foden's poor season, he hit that amount.
That's right. There's a couple of guys. I think maybe there you need. I don't numbers off the top of my head are hard, but like
now
5, 6 guys that have the ability to get double-digit goals.
Elise is different. Now you're upgrading.
Yeah. I don't know.
Elise would be the clear.
Yeah, that would be the number one guy. But I'm saying after him, who
he's on the right, isn't he?
See, after him, like Raja, for me, you're taking sideways steps.
The winger market is just so limited.
Yeah, but I'm saying like this is us saying that let's say a Savinho, or it could be both of them, right? Like I can see a Doku leaves and a Barcola comes in, but I'm just saying if we don't see a progression, whatever that progression is, I don't think we're just saying, well, he's 21, he's 23. So
I did this earlier on. Savinho's stats were very similar to Mahrez's.
Yeah, Mahrez started very, very slowly here. People again, I think I even said this last week. Like the idea of Mahrez at City, it always just seems focused around his last 2 or 3 seasons here. He was not always that good. He started very, very slowly in 2018. It took him a while to get going. He was also a traditional Pep winger that took a long time to get going. So again, who says that these players won't get better over the course of this year? We're giving up on Savinho after 1 year. I can't get behind that.
That's all comps. I'm only doing Premier League because I know that, Sheikh. I am probably being I'm only looking at the Premier League because the trouble is, if I start including the League Cup, then you know why I don't include the League Cup and the FA Cup so much? Because it wasn't the first. I'm looking at the first team. Otherwise, I have to start comparing Ortega's clean sheets with Edison's, and we don't do that. I'm trying to be fair with it because that's like saying, well, Ortega had these many clean sheets, yeah, because they were in the FA Cup and the League Cup against lower end teams. Do you understand what I mean? I'm trying to be. That's why I just do it as the Premier League. And luckily, Savinho and Mahrez had similar minutes. Savinho had 1,700 something, and Mahrez had 1,900. And Savinho had 1 more assist, but Mahrez had 4 more goals. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think Savinho was. I don't think 11 assists in your opening season is bad. Goal scoring, yeah, 100%. I'm with you.
And I think that's the issue, right? We all have those searing images, seared into our brains of him one-on-one with the keeper and putting it wide, putting it over, putting it anywhere but in the back of the net. And I think that's the part that we that gets maximized in our heads as opposed to all the creative stuff that he might have done. And maybe that's unfair, but I understand why people feel that way.
No, and like Jeremy's just said, no. What I'm saying is Barcola and Savinho are similar. I want an upgrade. Upgrade. If you're going to do that, upgrade it to a Rodrigo. But again, I wanted Rodrigo for his. I think Rodrigo would have suited Pep Guardiola. Not for his goal scoring, but for his moments, his clutch moments, his ball carrying ability, and his moments. That's where I'm wanting Rodrigo.
Barcola is a ball carrier, by the way. Barcola is a ball carrier.
So Savinho.
Martin,
I think Savinho's being judged very hardly.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I think saying Barcola maybe isn't. You think that's sideways? I don't agree with that. I don't think that's sideways. Is that massively upgrading? No, but I think that is a step
it's another
better.
Project player.
Okay. We're not going to agree on this. We just have to see what Savinho does.
So why would PSG willing to sell him though?
For mega money, just like we sold players for mega money.
We're just in such a big talent drain as far as the winger market goes compared to.
I'm just saying, Martin. If you don't see a progression, are you willing to keep him if you can't get Elise?
Yeah,
but why is it just Elise?
Because I'm thinking about the right wing. Is it because who knows?
like this is our squad for the next like 4 months or so. Who knows?
Savino was our top assistant.
Maybe there'll be a breakout option in January or in the summer that everyone will be excited about. But again, the winger market is just so limited compared to how it was 10 years ago. Bayern used to have Robin Ribéry. Now they have Luis Diaz as their second best winger. It's tough. You don't have
Nico Williams.
anymore.
That's an option. That's an upgrade. But
Nico Williams.
But he doesn't want to leave. It's like I don't think Rafael.
Oh my gosh, Mark!
No.
I get on mute.
And I get the
Your
sense,
reaction was
I get the
hilarious.
sense that you really, really hate the club Athletic Bilbao. You were shitting on them 5 minutes ago. Now you
No, I'm saying, but guys, Nico Williams, guys, Nico.
bet you
When
know
has
what the
Nico Williams played consistently for 10 games?
Do I think
Spain.
City
Euros
will activate
winner.
them?
Yeah.
It depends what does anyone know what his release clause is?
For Bilbao, is up there.
No,
now.
for
No, he's
Musiala.
talking about Musiala.
It's like 140.
140.
140.
Yeah,
150.
City won't do that.
Why not? We
Why
have
not?
the sponsorship
Why
money,
not?
Martin.
Take it.
We have unlimited
Again,
money.
because-
We want APT.
Again, this is just my opinion. I think that's from the top.
Would he qualify as homegrown?
Yes.
At least,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Spend the money.
All right, here's a question. If they didn't do it for Burts, why would they do it for Musiala? And
Because
Musiala's
Musiala's
more
better.
expensive than Burts.
And Musiala might be maybe in their mind better, but he's also homegrown, which Verts wasn't going to be.
That's a good point, yeah.
I would say Musiala is more similar to Foden than Verts is. So that might be somewhat of a clash.
Well, I'd listen. I'd pay the money. Martin, we need goal scoring wingers when they double team. It's all because nobody can score goals. I think it has to come through the midfield as well. I do think people are letting the midfielders off here for goals. Why is everyone just going to wingers?
But Mark, you can't expect. Oh, okay.
I
We
can
saw
expect
1 year of
10 goals.
Foden.
Reinders.
We saw
Yeah.
1 year of Foden where he put up 20 plus, but Reiner's
Every year.
Reiner's never done it in the league.
No,
though, so
no,
I can't,
no,
I can't
Foden
take
was
that.
garbage.
He did in Serie A, inferior.
Foden
league,
was
so-
30 plus 1 year.
Yeah.
On the regular, he gets 15 or 20 G&A every
Oh,
single
absolutely.
season.
But you need a couple of those.
Yeah, and you have Marmouche as well. You have
Yeah, you got
Haaland.
Mamouche.
Who's injured?
But
we have-
we can't go spend
He's not gonna be
300
injured
million
forever.
on an injury.
But Martin, we're talking about are Savinho and Doku starters for us?
Then
Well,
why
he-
was everyone so patient with Doku then? That's
Martin,
my
People
Yeah.
want
I'm
Doku
not
out,
patient.
Martin. People aren't patient.
No,
Martin,
with
my
him.
no.
question is, why is Savino getting written off after 1 year? It's shiny.
Because he's the guy that was on the market, Danny. That's the only reason why he
no,
was
no,
the
no.
guy
but
on the market.
I don't want to be that club. I don't want to be that club that just buys for the sake of buying.
I don't know. You pay. If you want a photograph, it's free. Why you want a photograph for me unless you're going to put it on a dartboard about? Yes, I bet the Apple again, mate. But I don't charge for it. Jesus Christ.
I just don't want to emotionally invest
Nico Williams went down.
in one
Yeah,
singular target like we've done the last couple of years with Bellingham and like with Verts and just have it all come crashing down and have meltdowns after.
Well, I'm going to tell you all something now you're not going to like. The guy who blocked Savinho was our manager. He
Yeah, well,
has massive.
I don't mind that. Again, I'm patient with him. I'll give him another year. I'll give him another couple of years. I've seen more than enough wingers take time to gel, and I have faith.
If
in him.
Savinho was 25, I'd probably be more on the other side of, I need a bit more.
I have enough of a head screwed on my shoulders to not have my Savinho faith be intertwined with Rodrigo links. It's two completely independent things. Just because we didn't get Rodrigo doesn't mean Savino's not going to pan out. I still believe in him. I might get slated for this, but I
just don't want to do a Chelsea. It scares me. We're going to end up
that's
down
my
the
point.
Chelsea
That's my
road.
point. I don't want to do the buy him, and him just because they're available.
We could have done it.
What concerned me.
Oh,
Just,
but are you going to sell Doku then? Because nobody is Barcola upgrade on Doku.
Who's
Sure.
going to buy Doku, Ed? For more than
Anyone.
55 million quid right now. You've paid 55 million quid for Doku. Where are you getting a profit out of him? At
Okay,
least
then he has
someone
two. He has
pays
2 years
Savinho.
left, Martin. You're not, Martin. I'm going to keep on harping this. In 2 years' time, he's either going to go on a free because he'll have 1 year left and he can choose to do what he wants to do, or we can take what money we can get for him.
All right,
Now-
listen.
Also, there's amortization. I know I'm the guy who hates the finance stuff, but just because we bought him for 55, we did utilize 3 years.
Yeah.
So the contract gets worked down to make a profit on the books. It's not actually 55.
There's probably going to be a space after the show the way Ed's going. You're going to need to tell it.
No, I'm just saying, like,
No,
okay,
I'm
Savinho
with
can
Ed on
stay.
this.
Savinho can stay, okay, but you can't tell me you're going to keep both of them another year. You can't keep both of them another year.
Unless they both perform.
You really
well
don't
this
like
year.
our wingers.
I know. He's completely written them off.
Yeah.
He has completely and totally written them off. If they get 20 GA each this season, then what's he going to say? That's my question.
He'll probably be glad to be wrong at that point. Just glad to be wrong. It doesn't even
I'm
matter.
sure.
Oh, man.
It doesn't sound like
even
Ed
Harry's
has
throwing
written them
down now.
off.
He's Ed wanting to shiny new toys.
No, I don't want to shiny toys, but then you can't say people are gonna say they want upgrades and then say they want to keep people they want to upgrade
You
from
say upgrade and give me Bacola, who PSG are willing to sell.
for 90 million. Atletico
We were
Madrid bought
willing to
Alvarez
sell-
for 90 million. Was
We
he
were willing
shit?
to sell Savinho for 70 odd.
Have I ever
You
said he
think
was a
that?
shit player? You guys acting like I said he was a shit player.
Hey, Ed, I think I'm with you. I think I side with you on this. I'm not giving up on Savinho. I haven't seen enough to be like, we must keep this guy no matter what.
So Ed, my only question for you is, if Barcola doesn't go through, what's your plan B? Because
That's why we have a list.
How drained the winger market is.
That's why we have a list. Okay, so we have depending. Okay, we're saying which side are we saying? Are we saying left side, right
We're
side?
talking about the left. Yes.
Okay, talking about the left. So we have Doku here. Okay, so we have he's a right winger. Bournemouth player Simeone is a right winger. So thinking about the left. People, I wouldn't say Leao. I wouldn't say Nico Williams. I would say Barcola again.
So one option.
I mean, there's more than that. Like there's Yildiz, there's Kavica Kvaratskhelia.
You're not getting. I'm trying to be realistic.
Yeah, realistic.
You might get okay, but people will say Juventus. He's a project player. That's all I'm saying. Like right, like any player you say, they're gonna say he's a project player.
Would you take Leao? I saw somebody post Leao in the chat. Would you take Leao?
Is better than Bacola for me. For one, he's in a better league. So I don't rate League.
It was great when I saw him in person. I will.
Don't rate League. I don't know where this French league's amazing. It's why every bugger's leaving it.
It's the money, Martin. You can't say that. It's the money. People are leaving for money.
Does anyone remember?
It's a one-team league, and you know it is.
Does anyone remember Nicolas Pepe in 2018-19? How did he do for Arsenal?
72 million. Oh, yeah. 72 mil. What a
He was absolutely awful for them.
Yeah, but they're not all bad from Liga.
So nobody wants Desiree Dewey then, right? Nobody wants Desiree Dewey.
It is
right?
funny.
He's a Liga.
Ed's saying we need to upgrade on Doku. Where did Doku come from?
I'm saying because I'm being fair here. I'm being fair on both of them. I'm saying you can't keep both of these guys for.
No, I think he's pointing out that he came to us from League One.
Yes.
He's pointing out that he came from League One, and then we're saying he was decent enough there, and then he hasn't maybe.
Come on, guys. Doku had 13 games, and he didn't even. That was a straight project buy because he didn't even produce in League One.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't.
So you brought up Desiree Doué. Did PSG expect him to be that good, like immediately? Was that not a project to them when they first bought him?
Yeah, but then I also know they have.
No, you're not having this. I'm not letting you have
I know they have Kvaratskhelia there. I know they have. They have a deep roster.
You know me. I'm going to chuck my stat at you now. You just told me Desiree Doué. Go and get Desiree Doué. You said what you said. Yeah.
No, I said so. You guys wouldn't want him. That's what that was a question.
Not with 6 goals and 8 assists in league. No, I don't.
No, I'm not having this Doué is still a project in the chat because I went in LB stream during Aston Villa PSG watch. Everyone's going
changing this project stuff.
Piss off.
And how is Doué not? How is Doué right? Doué is a project. No, I think he's a project. I think he's same as Savinho. I'm not asking for projects. If you're going to upgrade Savinho and Doku, go to the top and work your way down. I don't want to spend 80, 90 million on a sidestep.
Right.
That's my issue.
He can be a project. You just have to keep that same energy.
No one has the patience.
No, it's not you, Martin. It's not you, Martin. It's people in the chat saying he's a project. And then I'll go into LB's stream next time PSG play, and they'll all say, bring me Doué, bring me Doué. But you just said he was a project. So what's your point here? You're contradicting yourself. And this is what
I mean, if someone give me Saka, then you know what? Now we're having a chat. Now we're going to have a little bit of a chat. I don't think he'd probably suit Fuller. I think he could work with him. But at least, right, now we're going up.
Okay, so if two players go off the market, then we're just going to keep these guys. That's fine. If two players go off the market, we're just going to keep them, and we'll see, and we'll just...
Because, I'll tell you what it is, because all anyone's talking about is goal scoring. And you're giving us players that have the same amount of stuff as the ones we've got.
I mean, I could throw some more names in if we want to just sit here and throw names out. Like, Semenyo, would anyone take Semenyo at City? I think
I like Semenyo. I really do like Semenyo.
Now, Semenyo, yeah.
Yeah, but he was talking about left wing. That's why I didn't say him. Yeah.
I bet you he could play on the left.
See, Anthony Gordon. See, this is the other thing. I will say
Gordon's a great one.
Everyone is going to have to get into line.
You would rather have Anthony Gordon than what we have right now?
I think Anthony Gordon would suit a Pep system more. That's where I'm looking at. What suits a Pep system?
If he can keep his temper under control, then yes.
Because here's my other thing.
No red cards, please. But yeah.
Are you buying wingers for your style of play? Or are you buying wingers for City's style of play?
But inside forwards, they score. Isn't that our style of play?
Hang on, right. So now we're changing the name of their position to inside forward to make it sound better.
Hey, Ed, you're moving the goalposts.
You're moving, yeah. You are moving the goalposts there.
No, because people tell me that the reason that we brought in some backroom staff is to change our system up and play with 3 inside forwards. Did people not say that?
Maybe. I don't know.
No one is today. Yildiz is a project. I listen. I think he's a great player, Yildiz.
Sure,
I do.
But again, really do. Call anyone the project you want, but the next time he scores a goal and you're watching the watch along, don't bend over and say, "Bring him in."
But here's the thing: are we just? This is the problem. We're chucking names like Desiree Doué, great player, great potential.
And he's never going to come in. That's the thing.
6 goals and 8 assists in Ligue 1.
Part of it, though, I think with Doué is the eye test, because when you watch him play, you can see it like that. It's going to be there eventually. So if that's what you count as a project player, then sure, Doué is a project player. But like when people watch him play, they say this guy is Neymar. Like, I don't think it's necessarily just because he's young. He hasn't quite gotten the GA yet, but I think for sure people are backing Doué to be one of the 10 best players in the world shortly, I would think.
Oh, there's a guy.
Well, that's right wing, but I also would like Bowen.
Not a bad
There's a guy.
Versatile.
And by the way, I was about to say,
he's a good player. He's a good player.
Need to part this in their head right now. What date is it? 11th of September. Yeah, sorry.
Not for us.
That sounded so wrong on the anniversary. But simple fact is, we are going to need to sign 2, maybe 3, as LB put it earlier, homegrown players. So as LB said so eloquently, don't want to wear English players are shit. Get on board with it right now. In the summer, you are going to need 2 to 3 English boys. Get that part in your head and get researching. And Livramento is going to get a massive, the money that we're going to give to Isaac, they're talking about giving that sum to a Livramento at the moment. It's about making him like 150 job. And he will accept that. So this is what I'm saying. So you also need to look at a Wharton and Elisa, someone you're going to have to.
How about
Elliot Anderson?
I like
he's the flavor of the damn month at the minute. This flavor.
He's been good for years.
Talking Elliot Anderson 6 months ago.
Exactly.
I liked him at Newcastle. I thought he was really good. Project player.
Semenya, I think he's a great player.
People were saying Anderson. Anderson had a better season than a Morgan Gibbs White.
I like the idea of Anderson. I don't like how one-footed he is. I like one.
See, that's the thing, Martin. We want wingers. That's my issue here. You've hit the nail on the head. Fans are choosing what they want.
Yeah.
I said a name that was linked to us. I said a name that was linked to us.
You've just named me the 2 PSG wingers. That's all you've done tonight.
That's who was linked to us. Barcola was linked to us earlier. I brought up a name.
That's we do. He wasn't.
I was asked for names. Hold up. I was asked for names.
And the only 2 names anyone ever gave are the PSG boys.
So,
this is my point with the
no,
PSG.
because I don't think we're going to get Nico Williams.
Why not Morgan Rogers then? I'll tell you what. I'll chuck you the real one in Morgan Rogers.
I'm fine with Morgan Rogers. I would have no issues with Morgan Rogers.
Ed, when I asked you for multiple names, why didn't you bring him up?
He really, Danny, he really didn't pop up my head at that time. But I have no issue with Morgan Rogers. So,
all right.
I have no issues with Morgan Rogers, honestly.
Yeah, sure.
It's like the other day I heard someone say, God, we could do with a Akanji and a Gundo. No, you bollocks them off.
No, you shoved him out. Don't say that.
I heard that earlier someone said, we only said we wanted a Kanji out because on the condition we bought a right back. Piss off. You wanted a Kanji out the minute he did that Club World Cup interview. You were hounding him out the door. Don't give me the right back. See, look, Roger. I think Rogers would be a...
Yeah, he'll be fine, but some people don't think he's a winger, though. Some people think he's a 10. So I don't... Depends on what you classify him as.
Do you know why I think he'd be good? Because I'm going to be straight. I don't think there is a natural winger in a Pep system.
Exactly.
Otherwise, why have Gvardiol, Ain't Nora, all these players you want who are going to go bombing overlapper? So what? If you look in all the big games, when does Pep play out and out wingers? Ever. And don't give me Sane Sterling because I know that's where.
Because when you played them in the big Champions League games, we'd get exposed. We only started looking more street smart in those games when we played Grealish and Bernardo and tried to calm the game down a bit. So
wages, Sam, wages. It's about 150k a week.
Again, this is probably a conversation that's better suited closer to next summer.
Yeah. No, I just think, I mean, the thing is, I think everyone's just in panic mode at the minute. Everyone's gone into panic mode. Everyone's gone into worry mode, and I get it. And do you know what we need? We need to slap those red bastards on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So mad and give everyone. Everyone needs a lift. I've never seen Ed this panic. I've never seen Ed like this.
No, I'm not Trick Martin. I'm not panicked. I think we're going to win the game, honestly. And I know what Vader was talking about rotating and maybe, but I think even with rotating, we have the quality of play. Nobody's doubting the quality of the team we have. I don't think nobody here is doing that. I think it's us putting it all together and performing.
How many players do I see in the summer? New midfielder, centre back or 2. 2 will depend on whether they give a gamble on Juma Bar. I think Juma Bar's decision will be made by the summer. I don't see Juma Bar being loaned out for another go. Otherwise, what's the point? Because I do think next summer we'll lose. My worry for Akanji has come. And Ed, Danny, everyone who's been in my spaces at 4 a.m. in the morning knows exactly what I mean. I said selling Akanji will come back and bite us in the ass very quickly. Mm-hmm. We are 1 week later and it's bit us in the ass already. We are down. We've gone from 12 defenders, as everyone called it, down to about 4. And we're now going back to Nico Riley going back into left back. 3 games in, and we're talking Nico Riley back to left back.
Just be careful. Just be careful what you wish for. That's
people are telling me we didn't need to replace
absolutely everything.
Crazy situation.
Whether you're picking lineups, whether you're trying to decide who comes and goes, be careful what you wish for. It's.
Do you know my issue is? I don't want to see an EDS squad in the Premier League. I don't mind giving 1 or 2 a go.
No, and this may surprise you. Neither do I. I don't want to see an EDS squad. That's just ridiculous. It's preposterous.
So yeah, midfielder, 1 or 2 defenders, definitely a right back. We have to. I think we need a right back January, but we'll see. So I think Stones and Ake will go. Bernardo will go. Who else? Anyone else out of contract? Ortega will go.
Who knows?
Kovacic.
Who?
Kovacic, maybe.
No, he's got 2 years.
He could just be one that goes. I mean, even if he's got 1 year left, he could go.
I think we're missing him at the minute. I actually want Kovacic in my team right now. Can anyone get him fit? I want him in. See, he's Adam Wharton a project. This is my thing with his project players. The way people talk, everyone's now a project player. Or it's now A to Z. They're a project player or the world class.
Exactly.
There's no in between anymore.
No. People want a very small group of players. If the player we sign is not in that small group of players, then they are automatically dubbed a project player just due to pure agenda. I don't like it.
Lazili, you made a point. Bernardo was a winger.
He was.
He wasn't a direct winger.
Sliced us open.
Ball carrying wingers. And that's my fear. People are going to turn on Bob soon for the exact same reason they're turning on Sabino.
I will never turn on Bob.
No, I think they'll give him more time, to be honest. I think they'll give him more time.
Oh, you mean like they're giving the fisherman one bad season? Gave him loads of time, didn't we?
Well, Martin, we all know, like, the higher the profile player, the more they're going to get. So I don't think the same will happen to Bob.
I just think our rebuild's not fully done.
Yeah.
I think we're sort of, or as Vader put it, we've remodeled at the moment rather than rebuild. I think the final rebuild will come fully next summer.
Yeah, and then close to the time, we'll just see what happens. For now, you just got to be united. Yeah.
Tariq, I know you've been listening. Tariq's off camera at the moment. We're gonna do unless you want to change subject, go with whatever you want, mate. Yes, I think we will, Pete. Barcelona just want to treble with project players. PSG want to treble with the UCL with project players too. Stop it, you guys just don't want to back your players. I agree. I'm with you. I am totally with you. I think people are
shiny new toys. It's shiny new toys, mate.
I think if we'd have finished second and won that FA Cup last season, I think people would have been a little bit more patient.
What I don't want to keep on doing this. Yamal is not a project player. Kubriasi is not a project player. Fermin Lopez, everybody will want right now. So I think that's a little bit unfair.
Ed, they didn't just spawn in as world class. They were project players at one point. They made a Champions League. What was it? It was a quarterfinal against PSG, starting all those players. So again, they didn't just spawn in as good as they were. They had to back their own. They had to back their own players.
But Torres was an example of a project player.
Yeah. Exactly.
Leroy Sané was an example of a project player. But do you know why everyone doesn't talk about Leroy Sané as a project player anymore? Because he's got revisionism and they all go, he had a great. People go, when he was at Schalke, he wasn't, he was a young lad.
Martin, it's double standards because I brought this up last week. Savinho's first goal was in December. Sané's first goal for us was in December of his first season. Why are they viewed so differently? Why is Sané best winger ever? And why is Savinho getting kicked out after 1 year? I don't get it. It's double standards to me.
I agree and I don't agree. I think Leroy Sané was one of the laziest players I've ever seen.
And that's why he got dropped in the title run.
I've never seen a player ever stand on the halfway line with his hands on his hips like I saw with Sané. I've never seen that ever in my life. Against Leicester City, the one when Company scored, do you remember it? Do you remember the Company won the goal?
Yeah.
I was look, he came off the bench and the ball was going out of play, was banging in front of me, and he stopped and he smiled and went, Pep bollocked him. So do that again, off. And that's Sané was fabulous going forward, but when it got to the halfway line going that way, didn't want to. And that's where Pep hates it. That's what you're going to look at in a winger for me. Can that and that winger go back and front, and do that.
Exactly.
Unless we completely change our style, which he could do. I don't know if does Pep 10 years in change his style. I suppose that's a bigger debate for another time. Joe Hart was but Joe Hart was definitely a project. When you buy him from Shrewsbury at 300 grand, of course he's buddy.
Yeah. Birmingham as well. He loaned him out all sorts.
Yeah.
Back when we trusted our players and gave them time.
Is Echeverry a project player, Ed?
Yeah, he is. But see,
he's world class on Danny's and LB shows.
No, he's a project player. But this is my thing. I think
he's a project player.
I think there's different level of quality of project players. I think you can't just group everybody in the same category for me. I think some people are just that special at a certain age that they're cut ahead above other players in the same at their age. So I don't like grouping all of them together, but yeah.
Martin Ricolos keeper says, I know why you're asking this. I know you'll be the naughty boy now, Tactical. Because what you tried to do all night is try and catch me out all evening. I can see your game. It's a good game, but I don't lose games. I don't just back anyone blindly just because they're out of our academy. Do I think Rico Lewis is a good player? Yes. Do I think he's good enough to start in our 11? My question is where? He's not right back, and I don't see how he gets in the midfield. And that's the problem with him. Oh, no, I didn't call him Fisherman. That's the nickname Foden's been given by a few people. For some weird reason. Jack, Tariq, anyone want to end? We'll do 2 more minutes, 5 more, whatever.
I've got a very random question. We'll go around the panel, put you on the spot, very impromptu. What's the most random City goal you can think of? Like proper random. Not like Jalap against Bournemouth, but like just random as you could possibly think of. I'll start. The one I always go to is George Evans against Toronto, 2015.
Tariq, there's 2 tickets just become available. East Stand 303.
You guys are trying to get me in trouble with my wife when I tell her I need to go buy a plane ticket to London for this weekend. And she's like, since when? I got to plan it out a little bit further in advance than that.
Roger, you give me a minute.
Yeah, pregnant wife would not be happy with me leaving the country.
Oh, come on. Sort it out. Ed, Danny, come on. Sort it out, people. Oh.
Well, Ed's gone.
Ed's gone.
He went to go argue with his wife to get them. Can I do it? Sure.
Ed's on the City website. Javi Garcia versus. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. The only rule to this is you have to be able to describe the goal. You can't just say, "Oh, that one Aguero goal against Stoke 10 years ago." You remember? No. You have to be able to describe it.
I'll give you mine, but it's old school.
George Evans, long distance screamer, Toronto FC, friendly, 2015, last minute. What about you?
No, mine.
Go on.
And it was against City, not for City.
Ooh, bonus points.
Stuart Barlow, Wigan. When Weaver let it just under his foot, Vikings and Weaver messed up, and he just went and put it in the empty net. Because I was there at a very wet Springfield Park that day. Very wet. And I can't believe it. It was like proper comedy goal. Comedy goal. At the old Springfield Park, as it used to be called.
Good old Vikings. We've had a long line of Dutch defenders, haven't we?
Yeah.
Carrot Rekic and Ake, yeah.
Raja, your random goal.
Man, this is a tough one.
It's a good question, yeah.
I do not have the big brain memory that Danny has to be able to pull years together like that. But if I'm thinking about a random goal, it makes me think of like players that I really liked early on in my days of supporting. And I remember being a huge Gabby Jesus fan. And it's not really random, but like I think of the Real Madrid goal that he scored. It's not really a random goal, but like that is what I go back to me thinking, like, Gabby Jesus, man, is going to make it here, which obviously he didn't. But that's like the one that comes to mind, at least.
Which one, home or away? I assume you mean in 2020.
I think it was 2020. It's the one where he like dummies a shot, and it looks like he almost has a unbelievable turn, but he kind of got a little bit lucky. You know what I'm talking about? Ball comes in real fired at him, and he has like almost a roulette.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the one in 2022, I think.
Maybe it's that one.
Was it in the 4-3? Or no, that was it. Oh, what's that? Yeah. It would have been that one.
Yeah, that one.
Tarek, what about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a random.
It's a hard question, to be honest.
Yeah. And I'm old, so my brain doesn't
Just
work the
while
way
he's
it
doing
used
that,
to.
I forgot Lee Gates' super chat.
Oh,
My
yeah,
bad.
cool.
£5. Thank you so much, mate. 1894. I've organised something. Yeah, apparently we have. There is also a bus greeting as well on Sunday. Team needs us more than ever, so we need to get behind them. Absolutely spot on, Lee Gates. I have got your message. I will respond when I come off the show, mate.
I don't know random goal, but I guess for me, like, there's the goals that I saw on TV, right? And then being in, and this isn't like even a big goal, doesn't really count for anything, but when Haaland joined, being in Green Bay when he scored against Bayern Munich, that was his first goal for the club. So being able to see that in person was big. Again, doesn't really count for anything, but it's just in my head, my memory, that kind of thing.
Totally.
So yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, I'll go with that one, I guess.
Yeah,
because I'm going to look back on this. I'm going to look back on this in 5, 7 years, 10 years, and Haaland's going to have scored 1.5 million goals, and I'm going to say I was there when he scored his very first. So
sure,
that's nice.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, JCM was in the line for getting beer. I don't drink, so that saved me, I guess. I don't know, but unfortunately, it was at the other end of the pitch, but still, I'll take it.
Yeah, I was in with the bet. Oh, can John Stones' Golazzo again? Yeah, of course he can.
Sure. Literally any goal. The weirder the better, but yeah, fair enough.
How about Foden's goal against Dortmund, where he, had the game of should have had maybe 4 goals, and then he finally scored the winner and did not celebrate because he was so pissed about
which one? Home or
against
away?
Dortmund. I think he was at home.
He scored the winner in both legs. Yeah, at home. Last minute.
That was the away.
Yeah.
Was that the away one?
No, he scored the winner in both legs. Both were 2-1.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always thought he played better away. Don't know why in that against Dortmund.
Hey, David
It's a great example.
That's a good one. That's a very good one, JCM, in the 5-1 against Chelsea. When he rested against Chelsea and put the full team out against Dynamo Kiev, I was fuming.
Shoulder against Norwich, that was... Do you know what? That'd have been given as handball. That would be given as handball if that was done today.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
That's getting chalked off.
Do
you know what? I'll tell you what. I've got one.
Go on.
Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, Pellegrina, Jesus Navas in about 1 minute.
Yeah. First minute. He lost over Lloris.
Was it a cross or was it a shot?
See, I can't tell because he wasn't really in a cross.
Exactly. That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Because he beat it away. That's the thing. It was like sort of like a weird rebound.
It was at a very weird angle, and he sort of got it over. I don't know how he did it. Guys who got tickets to Derby, mate, he had the 12th man. Yes. Was it 6 now? I thought it was 5 or 6, yeah. We have the advantage, yes. Do you know what? Even if you are at home, scream the house down, colour your house blue, get the flags out, whatever you can.
It's a good. That's a very, very good one. That's a good
system shut down.
Luke, that goal was like
big up,
that goal was days before the first time I went to the Etihad. I went to West Brom 2-1 like 3 days after. Or no, it was a week after.
Yeah,
I was in London for that.
Ed has not left. Ed's computer has died before
right.
anyone goes. Yeah, his computer died.
Yeah, and a great
McGrado chop turn on Dawson. Ooh, Otamendi headed to lose.
Yeah. The consolation at the end. Was it
Bring
Rashford?
your no. We're not doing that. You bring your voice and we sing Blue Moon, and F off back to London. The city is ours.
It was United. It was United. 1920.
It should have been 10. It should have been. No, it was too early. Now. Right. Anyway, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. We've got nearly 2 hours. These shows are flying by. Absolutely flying by. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen. Big up. Right, Jack? You got anything coming up this week, Derby week? Anything you want to let people know about?
Yeah, I'll have Derby content out on my channel over the next few days. I'll do probably a live stream tomorrow night just to do a little discussion what's going on. And as always, for weekend games, I'll do a live watch along for the actual game. So come hang out if you're interested. If you can't go to the games, don't live in the Manchester area or England or whatever, come hang out. My channel's in the description. It's just, you just search at Ryjack on YouTube. I got all my socials in the channel description as well. So
yeah,
check it out.
Get it with that and hit that subscribe. Top.
Appreciate it.
Loving it. I love the shorts as well. I quite enjoyed them. Danny, you going out with LB this week or?
In a panel show sense, not in a drinking sense or in a romantic sense. In a panel show sense, yes.
Oh, he's had his strap. He's back now.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
What's up? What's up? Big up the chat. Big up the.
Wait, Ed, do you have an answer to the question we were just going around asking? Most random city goal you can think of. Most random. The weirder, the better.
This is why he's been gone. He's been researching them.
I know he's been Googling it.
No, I was literally. I thought I had my stuff charged up, but it actually wasn't charging, so I had to go into my system. That's a tough one, man, because we've had some craziness scoring goals, to be honest. So I wouldn't know off the top of my head, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, some weird ones. Tariq, what have you got coming over on the Shades of Blue, mate?
We got our lit stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow evening, U.S. time, 8 p.m. Eastern, which makes it like 1 o'clock in the morning for those of you watching from the UK. Obviously, always love having any and all folks in the chat jumping in with us. So everyone is invited, but we just dropped, I think we said it last week, we dropped the interview with Steph Houghton. So that was big. I wasn't on that one, but those guys did it. So
worth a watch.
Yeah, we do the women's content as well, so that's a really big get for us, so for sure.
Yeah, but that was something we were going to do. My exact words were we're going to get deep into the women, and nobody wanted.
Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. That was where we weren't going to do that.
Do you have to say is pause the right word there? I mean, I don't know, but you can't say that, Martin.
If
you just
anybody
can't
watches
say that.
The opening video of this whole channel, I am outside the Etihad and I'm listed off and I'm going, we're going to do this with the EDS and we're going to get in deep with the women. I think that just died the women's part because everyone was like, forget it. You just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a woman's correspondent to come on and do it, and no one was like, I don't go to the game. So I was like, okay. I don't watch enough women's football to do it. So we ended up not doing it. So yeah. Ed, out coming up, apart from a space in about half an hour. Well, 20 minutes.
I just like how Martin tells me like a space, you know. He just booked me in there.
Only if it's available, mate. Only if you're available. I'm just saying.
I'm just messing with you, man. No, I just want to say big up the panel, man. We always had some good conversations, man. It was a great chat tonight. Always appreciate you guys coming on. Big up the chat, man. Very, very engageable tonight. And And nah, man, I'm just ready for the derby, man. I'm ready for this game. I'm ready to see the team play. I had to watch USA.
Hey,
And we're not going
to against Japan's C team. But
Did you guys give score predictions for this weekend?
No.
Anybody think we're going to lose?
all
right, fair enough.
I'm not allowed to predict that.
I've said 3 or 4-1. I think we're
Say
smashing
3-1.
Oh, so you think
I think our
smash
season
them?
begins. Our season begins Sunday.
Jeez.
I think 3-1 and we concede first. Come from behind 3-1.
2-1.
So I feel like I'm the only one that's a little nervous about it then, because I think we'll win. I always predict us to win, but I would not be surprised if it's like a 1-1 draw either. Now I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope we go out and hang 5 on them, but I'm a little concerned, especially.
See, you say I'm confident. Look at Luke here. He's gone for the old 4-0.
Yeah, I hope. I
I
pray you guys are right.
By the way, I hope Haaland's not used all his battery power up on the 5 goals.
That's all I saw on Twitter when he was scoring. It was like, stop, save some.
No, it's fine. Tactical. Just I'm not Pep out, mate. I'm one of the biggest pro Pep guys there is, mate. You're always worried at the minute, BB. Ed's gone 2-1. You're boring. 2-1.
Yeah, I think that's where I'll probably end up to 2-1, but I could easily see it being a 1-1 draw.
When was the last time we proper stuffed it? Was that 6-3, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
6-3 was the last time.
Should have been 6-1.
And look who turned up then.
Exactly. So, right, Jack, what you got?
Walter Foden.
The fisherman.
2-0. Let's go 2-0.
So, I like the clean sheet, though. I do like the
Clean sheet would be nice. Only if Donnarumma starts, though, guys.
Wow.
Okay, saying that, though, should we start at Trafford in the Manchester derby?
I'm happy with either one. We talked about that enough, but I'm
thinking more of the old Trafford in the borough of Trafford.
Does this game
for the old 1989 there? 1989 replay. No Andy left though.
Ooh, I like that.
My bad.
Come on, we're doing these, BB. We're having them anyway.
Mark, before we go, I just want to ask the panel before we go. I know we keep on saying this, but is this game calling for Foden? Is this the moment for Foden to come back onto the stage for us?
It's going to be another 20 minutes. That the 20-minute debate.
I'm not saying is that too panicky? Is that too panicky?
We'll start with that question in the space in 20 minutes if you're available.
Yeah.
So, I like that. We've got an ending into it's only because I don't want to keep these lads here for another 40 minutes. And that will go into a 40-minute combo. Unless you can answer it in quick succession, I'm telling you, because the Foden thing, I think, is going to get deep.
Yes, we need Foden. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. He's a big game player.
He's got
especially United.
I can see him coming off the bench and scoring a couple. Just having an old-fashioned super sub performance. 1-1.
Ed, you've got an offer there.
I see that. I am looking right now at the date.
He's already on the bloody flight. He's on bloodyflight.com or whatever it is.
Well, the Sky Scanner.
He's on Sky Scanner already, this guy. Villarreal, Monaco, all expenses paid. Right, just to let you know, Harry, he's 7'2". Where's my frigging offer? Then again, I need a carer, so I've got balls on that. Right, great show. Tomorrow is this. Can't make this any more than what it is. That is the debate tomorrow night. The reason the debate is tomorrow night is because I got a little bit pissed off with a couple of people on a certain show against a young lad who I respect and class as a friend, and I'm not having it. We're going to have an adult discussion, and do you know what? I'm a bit pissed off with the demise and death of Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
And now his career is suddenly being rejudged.
Rest in peace, Pep Guardiola.
I've even got Arsenal fans telling me we should sack Pep. I'm like, what? And you backed Arteta for 6 years and you're telling me to sack Pep? Get in the bin. Get in the bin. But anyway, that's tomorrow night, 9:15. Luke, Not in My Lifetime, will be on. Me, Ozzy, Pat, Rich, Alan, and then we'll also talk Derby. And then Friday we'll do the press conference. Saturday I'm having a day off, and Sunday is Derby day. And as long as we don't lose, there will be a post match on Sunday. And then Monday we kick off all again, and we start counting down to Napoli. Jesus Christ! Don't ask me about Napoli. Why we're playing on a Thursday, I do not know. That needs investigating seriously. And then we'll count down, obviously, to
Arsenal.
Jeez.
Yeah, that Thursday match has ruined a lot of our jokes because it's always we don't know what it feels like to play on Thursday nights like United and other teams, and now we're playing on a Thursday night. It's just not right.
Yeah. But like I said, I think we're 3 away from 100 likes.
Oh, come
I
on.
want to say a
people.
massive thank you to everyone who's joined us. Danny, Raja, Ed, Tariq, Beta earlier on. Sheikh, I have spoke to. He has not left. He's still going to come on. But as you know, Sheikh has just had a brand new baby and family. And we've always said here, family first. And people can't. We have got other people who can come on. But Sheikh will be back on if and when he can get time. So he's not left. He's not, someone said, oh, is he only doing the South Stand? No. Spoke with Sheikh. He still wants to come on. Right. Have a great time. Great show. And we'll see you all tomorrow at 9:15 when we prove that Pep Guardiola is the real king in Manchester and not Bacon Face. Take care, all. Up the Blues.